Happy Friday, everybody. It's hashtag FAQ Friday live from one of my clients down in Lancashire. It is raining here. It is early morning and we're getting ready to do a training session day today about sales and about revenue management and rate yield management and rate parity, etc. So we've got lots to go on today and I'm really excited to be in there. But I've just seen that we've got in the UK a record of 2.6 million people are currently off work, and these are working age people off work due to poor mental health and sickness. And I thought I'd get online for the FAQ Friday to help and support you to reduce the likelihood of your team needing time off due to sickness and poor mental health. And it's really important to both your employees' happiness and your business productivity. So I thought I'd click on to a couple of strategies to help and support you. So first of all, we've got to create a great supportive work environment. It's really important. The workplace culture is vital. It's crucial. You must ensure that employees' well-being, inclusivity and work-life balance are met. So many people are still short-staffed and you know, it's become a norm that work-life balance is out the window. It's not really healthy and it's not helping matters whatsoever. But we've got to encourage open communication between team members, but also between owners, operators, managers, teams, etc., and create a safe space for employees to discuss any concerns or stresses, and don't just say that's it, no, because that never works. And it's about having that clear communication. And then mental health programs, there's so many out there, and it's about adapting what is right for you, what's right for your employees, and whether you want to offer counselling, but make sure it's the right counselling and support. There's loads of stuff out there. Ask and get mind.org on board and ask them who they would recommend. But the communication element is more important than ever, because regular check-ins with employees is something that should happen regularly. Owners should check in, and it's all right saying should have all over yourself, but it's important that it becomes a habitual routine in your organization, that a regular check-in and discussing workload, stresses, any factors that are really bothering people, any mental health issues, any sickness issues, any pressures at home, and ensure that you're supportive in the work environment, and make sure also you're non-judgmental. That is really key. So many people have got their own judgment going on, but every person judges themselves more than anybody. So make sure that there's no judgment there, and it's clear, open communication. And then there's lots of areas where you can do flexible working options, such as remote work if possible, flexible hours or compressed work weeks to accommodate individual needs and reducing stress, especially if you've got the sandwich generation. And what I mean by that, if you've got an employee who is looking after children and then they're looking after parents who are sick as well. So help and support them. See how we can work together to ensure that the employees are feeling that they are supported and looked after. And when you're looking at it, look at workloads as there's lots of issues right now with regard to workloads. As we've got staff pressures, staffing crisis, etc. in some businesses, then really look at how you can manage it and make it realistic. Don't forget the smarter objectives. Is it realistic to expect certain workloads, or are we in overwhelm all the time? And try and not overburden employees. I had a client last week who's got somebody who works for them, and they said they're constantly in overwhelm. It's a pattern that they've got, even if they've not got a high workload. So actually work out how you can manage that. And there are so many different ways about reducing the pattern, etc. And make sure that excessive tasks or unrealistic deadlines are watched and checked on. It's really important. And then encourage regular breaks. And I know it's hard in certain organisations, and I know when you're having it tough, but really look at how you can actually help people to step away from situations. Make sure that people step away from the workstations or the desks to just relax and recharge. You get more productivity for everybody. I know when I have a time out, I go for a walk or I go for a swim or something within my working week and my working day. I've got to say, it makes a massive difference. You've got to encourage breaks, because people just carry on working saying, you know, we've got to do it, you know, we become martyrs, and that's not helpful to our overall wealth of our health and well-being. And look at ways that we can include physical fitness and wellness within the operation. Yoga, meditation, any kind of areas where we can put initiatives to help and support our employees to promote physical health. Healthy eating options. I know I love food, and as you can probably tell, and I would be quite happy with anything. However, you know, if you've got rubbish going in, you're not going to be able to sustain a long, effective working environment. So encourage healthy eating habits amongst employees, and stress reduction activities. I mentioned about yoga, mindfulness, meditation, and look at how you can manage stress and anxiety, whether you do all sorts of experiences. There's loads out there. Go and ask your local community whether they would recommend anything, and see who's got great reviews, who can help and support you. And then social support networks. There's a community camaraderie amongst employees, and really be kind, and social connections, and reducing feelings of isolation. Lone workers is a big thing in our industry, especially in smaller places where they've not got anybody to speak to, and make sure that we cover that and look after people. Remember clear expectations. This is something that stresses a lot of people out, and I say this with all love. In our industry, we do forget to give a full-on job description, full-on induction, and actually be clear about our job expectations, our roles and responsibilities, and reducing confusion, because any confusion or any uncertainty can contribute to a major stress, especially if you then tell them off for not doing something that they know no idea of what they've done wrong. So that's really important. And then feedback and recognition is really important for anybody. All human beings, we expect feedback, recognition. Have we done well? Have we done a good job? What can we improve on, and what did we do great? And boost morale, recognize achievements and recognize celebrations. Really be clear on every element of that, and look at leadership role modeling. Look at how you act for yourself, making sure that you're a positive example, you're using the right language for yourself and others. Are you prioritizing your own mental health? Are you promoting it? Are you modeling a healthy work-life balance, or does everybody have to live up to your standard if you're working crazy hours and not enjoying yourself? And then, if you have issues at all, encourage people to have some time out without fear of repercussions that you're either going to get fired. It's really hard because you've got to be mindful of how that is taken, and then obviously look at ways to use your SMART objectives and look at continuous improvement and how you can manage that moving forward, because you've got to regularly assess, and you should do this with every standard of operation, every part of your business, every strategy of your business, but regularly assess, improve your well-being and your workplace, and initiatives based on your feedback from employees, your team, and actually involve the team's needs and get an evolving process working and strategy working moving forward. So you have a workplace that's unique, you've got your team that's unique, and it's essential that you tailor these strategies to work to your needs and your wants of you and your business and your employees, and make it your organization's specific culture and needs. But regularly seek feedback. It's so key. I ask for feedback on everything that I do, not because I want to be feel good all the time, but it's really good to analyze and see how you can better perform every single day, but adjust your wellbeing program accordingly to ensure they remain very irrelevant but very effective within your organization. It is getting darker here, and the weather is getting a little bit worse. I'm going to go now, and I wish you a happy Friday, everybody. But remember, 2.6 million, a record high of people who are off sick or have poor mental health and having time off work, and it's obviously crippling businesses, but it's crippling people, and we all want to help and support every individual, and if you do that, you'll have a very positive effect on your business. The more you help and support your team, and the more they'll help and support you and look after them. But take all the stresses away as much as possible, but look after yourselves as well. Be a great leading role model. So I hope that's helped. Put processes in place for help and support, and I'm going to go now and make a difference to 10 people who are going to go and smash their sales goal for the year ahead, but for the last quarter especially. And we're setting goals for the year ahead, and getting our revenue management absolutely boxed off for our yield management. So it's so exciting. And I'm glad I'm going inside because it is very, very wet out here. Anyway, have a great Friday, happy Friday, and a happy weekend. Take care.